Hey, and welcome to the Drought&Proud podcast. My name's Chris.
And I'm Nick.
And today we are going to be talking to this guy. Wow. What a way to start it off.
Yeah.
This is our very special guest, Mr. Paul Miskulin.
You may know him from the band Let's Go Bowling. He is the trombone player.
Yep. According to Spotify, his name is Phil Miskulin, lead trombonist of Let's Go Bowling.
Yeah, it's wrong.
How do you feel about that?
I cheated.
Cheated?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because my name's not Phil.
I mean, would you change your name to Phil? Would you be willing to for the...
Well, for the right price.
For the right price?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And, yeah. But I don't play trombone either. I never have.
I mean...
And never will.
Why not? You don't like
it's
the trombone?
Evil. The trombone's evil.
Why is it evil?
Trombone?
It curves back on itself.
What does that mean?
You ever seen a trombone? It goes
yeah, I see
back.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see?
I mean,
how to play a trombone.
What about a French horn? How do you feel about a French horn?
French horn is all right, except you got to put your hand in it, and that's weird.
I mean...
It's a fair point.
Uh-huh.
I think it's kind of weird.
Is there another...
You're sticking your hand in the horn.
There's got to be another instrument where you stick your hand in it, like...
Like a... Nope.
No?
Not that I can
No, I can't think of anything either.
I mean, a tuba. You had like a really big hand.
You don't.
No? Why not?
No, it's out there. You don't stick your hand in the bell of the tuba. But in French horn, you do. You stick your hand in the bell. That's weird.
Why? You know why they do that?
I don't know. To warm up their hand. I don't know. I don't know what it could possibly be. It's probably noise to make a different sound or something like that. That's going to be my guess. That's we're just going to go with that.
All right. I guess that explains why they never played the French horn on VeggieTales. They don't have any hands.
No.
Have you ever seen VeggieTales?
I have seen VeggieTales. I've seen a lot of them.
Did you know that they're no longer a Christian show? It's just a moral kind of right show.
Oh, it's a moral right show.
Yeah, they got bought out by another company, and they have a Netflix series now, and it's just like moral, like what's good and what's bad now, as opposed to like what it says in the Bible.
When did that happen?
I'm not entirely sure.
Satan took over.
Oh, when Satan took over. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, what is that? January 21st?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So now instead of, oh Jesus, it's don't kill your parents, kids. That's wrong.
Yeah, they don't take like Bible scriptures or anything like that anymore.
Wow.
What did they quote instead? The Book of Mormon?
They don't quote anything. They're just, I don't know. It's a bad show. Like I watched an episode or two of it, and it's not good. It's not as good as it was before. You know?
Oh, that's too bad.
I really enjoyed VeggieTales as a kid. I enjoyed the songs and the talking vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where is my hairbrush?
Yes, that's the first song that comes to mind. It's both "Where Is My Hairbrush" and
the Manatee song.
The Manatee song and the "We All Have a Water Buffalo." That's a good one.
I like the Pirates episodes. We are the pirates that don't do anything.
Yes, I self-identify as one of those pirates because I don't do anything. It's true.
You're just a vegetable.
I'm a literal vegetable.
Yeah, Mrs. Miskulin will sing the Blue song. Why Am I Blue? From Madame Blueberry.
Very nice.
I know which one that one is.
Yeah.
I like the one that's about the drive-through. It's like the Onion guy singing about how he's stuck in the drive-through.
Oh, right. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Very exciting. Yeah. That one's good, and also the SUV song, the sport utility vehicle. You don't know that one?
I don't know that one.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's a good one.
Are we missing out?
Yeah, that's a good one. Where they have they're at a gas station and start singing about the sport utility vehicle.
Oh, I gotta look that up now. Now I know what I'm doing after this. Watch some VeggieTales really quick.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So
you do school things. You are a teacher.
I am.
Do you have a story from teaching or anything like that you want to tell particularly?
Yep, just gonna put all of it on you.
Well, there's a whole bunch of stories from teaching. What in particular are you?
One where you got mad and hit a kid.
Who was your least favorite student?
Who is my least favorite student?
Yeah, which one did you just want to like choke out every single day? Like it was like your wife and kids at home. Like you'd come home and you'd just be like in a worse mood because you could see your wife and kids. Like that was how it was. Like you came to school and you saw this kid's face and you were just like, God, I hate my life.
No, I've never had something like that. I've had some students that have been very trying, and some that have like really kind of, got under my craw. But
don't look at me, man.
Yeah, but in the end, they're all right. I've had a lot of students come back and apologize.
Really?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, quite a few have come back and they're like, "Hey, you remember me in class? Yeah, it was kind of like a not a nice person, huh?" Like, well, yeah, you were challenging. You were young.
Do kids do that to any other teachers? Like, is that a commonplace thing, or are you just special?
Well, I'm special. Sometimes that happens. Not all the time. It's one of the things about teaching is you never see, if you're a ditch digger and you're done with your day of work, you see a ditch. But the thing about teaching is that 99.9% of the time, you don't get to see the result of your hard work.
Wow. That's interesting. Never thought of it like that,
Yeah. Yeah, because you're there and it's like, you're teaching and everything like that. And, because there were teachers that I had where, like, sometimes their lesson was not actually learned for like 10 years after I was out of school, where I went, oh, wow, man, I know exactly what that guy was talking about now. And, some of them are dead. I haven't had a chance to go back and say thanks to them or anything like that. Or hey, sorry, I was a fool in your class. I should have paid more attention. But yeah, teaching's a weird thing.
I mean, were you a bad kid when you were in school?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't bad. I was lazy. I didn't do my work, but I never gave my teachers grief intentionally. Never would have talked back to them.
Very respectable.
Yeah. Well, it was out of fear of my parents. So.
And now you get kids like that who don't have like anything like that,
Right. And it's and then also too. I mean, not just fear of my parents because my parents would be, they didn't like beat me or anything, but it was, they would not have liked that very much, and I didn't want to do anything to make them angry. I mean, hugely angry. There might be a few times where I'll, parents, but I never caused my parents much grief either, as far as that was concerned. It doesn't mean I was an angel, but I was sneakier.
I mean, then again, we're getting this side of the story from you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My parents might have just, they
might have hated you.
Yeah, they might have hated me. Countless nights awake worrying about me. Who knows? I don't know.
You sound like a pretty laid back kid, though.
Yeah, I was. I was a lazy kid. I flew low under the radar. I just didn't cause trouble because I didn't want to cause trouble. Because trouble will find you, and so especially if you start to cause it, and
So how do you go from that type of mindset to superstar? I mean,
what does that mean?
Well, because it seemed like you don't really want to make a wave or anything, but then you joined this band and you went touring and you got really big in what, 97, right?
Yeah. Well, that I didn't want to cause undue attention, right? Because if you're in a classroom, for instance, and you're a jerk, well, that you're getting attention, yeah, that's great, but you're a jerk. If you're a musician and you're getting attention because of what you're doing, that's cool, because that's cool. It's not because you're a jerk. It's because you're doing something that they enjoy. So that's good attention. You should always get good attention, and that's okay.
Are there any lessons that you've learned from like being in a band that have applied to being a teacher? I think that's an interesting question because I said it.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a lot. Some of it's a lot. Some of it's kind of the same. There are aspects of it that are the same. I mean, you're out there. You're in front of a whole bunch of people staring at you, expecting you to, do something. Dance like a monkey or something. And so you do, and then they respond to it. So that was kind of good for me. But as far as like, I don't know, I guess trying to be positive.
I mean, as a teacher, do you ever feel like pressured because everybody's looking at you? Because I mean, I know some people thrive on that, but do you ever just feel like every move that you're making is being watched and like you gotta? I mean, maybe when you first started teaching, was that a problem?
Not really. I mean, a little bit. You gotta. There are some things that you can do on stage as a rock star that you can't do in a classroom in front of students. So,
like taking off your shirt.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, you could, but it would be ugly, and nobody would like that. And I wouldn't do that too. I wouldn't do that to my students.
For very long.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that to my students anyways. I wouldn't have done it to my audience either. When I was a rock star either.
That wasn't like the type of music you were playing anyway,
No, it wasn't.
I mean, so what did you do? Like how do you be entertaining on stage? Because I mean, it's one thing to have a concert, but like it's another thing to like, have good stuff on stage. I don't know how to say it. like you're not just standing there playing. You're
like saying stuff to kids.
Yeah. Did you like ever like slide on your knees and like?
Oh, sure, yeah. You pull out all the little rock star things and, jump down into the audience and high five them. And,
You ever high five kids like that?
You high five walls?
Yeah,
in class, just like.
Yeah, there have been times where I've done that, but not like the same kind of, I am not greeted with the same type of, vigor and pep.
They're not excited
from my students as I did from the paying public.
You're just like, let's go, all right, and they're like, hello, good morning.
Yeah. So I'll go like, yeah, woo, cafe, go running across the front of them, high fiving them, and they're all looking at me like, what are you doing, old man? Stop it. You're like my dad.
I mean, being a dad, what is that? What's it like to be a dad?
Like, what else are you? Are you a dad? Yeah, how is it like being a dad?
No, I'm just saying we're talking about, oh my God, you're my dad. And I mean, having kids is an experience. Like, do you feel like your life is forever changed?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
It's just a simple
yes. When you have a child, your life is forever changed. Well, hopefully your life is forever changed. There are some people who will skirt that.
Skirt.
I don't think that you should skirt that. I mean, having a kid it's really cool. It's very scary. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. Well, raising a kid is the hardest thing you'll ever do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, should we have kids?
Like right now?
No.
Oh.
No.
You should not have kids right now.
When should you have kids?
When should
you will never
kids?
be ready to have kids.
Okay, so never have a kid.
No, you should have kids.
Yeah,
just know that you will never be ready to have kids. After you have seen the world and you've lived your life a little bit.
A little bit?
Okay.
Yeah, you need to go out into the world and explore and see and stuff like that. Because once you have a kid, you don't get to anymore. I mean, you get to explore it through their eyes, but you don't get to explore it through your eyes. Because once you have a kid, you don't have any eyes anymore. They're only children's.
I mean, have you ever like gone out to like a super like epic like trip with your kids though? I mean,
oh yeah. Every year we drive across country every year.
Wow.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
I know about this.
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
And so we stop and see things on the way.
That's neat.
Do you take a different route every year?
We try to. Sometimes it's the same route. It all depends on how quickly we want to get across, And so we've taken to planning, seeing things as we go. We hit Mount Rushmore one year. which was kind of out of the way.
Very out of the way.
Going, yeah. And but still close enough that it was worth it. And gosh, we've seen all sorts of things: the Grand Canyon and the London Bridge. The London Bridge is in America. Bet you didn't know that. So
actually, I did know that.
It goes across Lake Havasu.
Where's Lake Havasu?
down near Lake Havasu.
I never really thought that the London Bridge was a real thing.
Colorado, yeah.
That was just a song.
Yeah, they brought it. No, yeah, they brought it over brick by brick and stone by stone. Yeah,
it's in Colorado.
No. It's in California. I think California or Nevada, one of the two. But it goes across the river, and there it's the London Bridge. They brought it over.
Why would we just take the London Bridge? Like, what's
they were gonna tear it down. They were getting rid of it, and so some guy bought it and brought it over and built it.
And
rebuilt
guy?
it. Yeah, some rich guy bought the London Bridge and had it brought over brick by brick and stone by stone, and then built back together, and it goes down there. So you can go and see the London Bridge.
That's cool.
That's savage.
They wrote it. They built a new London Bridge. So there's the London Bridge in London, but this is the old one that they didn't want anymore.
It's the London Bridge.
Right. Yeah. And then what other exciting things? It's all the crater. There's an asteroid crater, a meteor crater in Arizona, I think, and that's where they trained before they went to the moon. Stuff. So we saw that. I was the only one who was really interested in seeing that. Everybody was like, "It's a big hole in the ground. Let's go." So,
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
We should
I thought
all
it was
take
cool.
a family trip right now.
Okay.
All
right, bye guys. Thanks for watching this episode. See you later.
Yeah.
So being involved in this is kind of flip flopping on topics, but being so involved in ska music and everything like that. How do you feel about modern ska? Because it's still being played today. It's just not popular.
What's the old punk thing? Punk's not dead; it just sucks now.
It's just sleeping.
Yeah,
it's just sleeping.
Yeah. No. You know what? To be honest, I really don't know a lot of new ska bands. I've been out of it since we stopped touring. I've been kind of out of it, and since I had kids, I haven't been able to go and really see a lot of stuff. I know Iwanaga. You don't know? Yeah, well, it's a Fresno ska band. You should know.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
and that guy right there on that poster, he was in it.
Which one?
Right there, the check please one.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
That's neat.
Andrew, who was a former student of mine, and went on and now they're and they played in Japan. They've gone on tour and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
What does he play? I'm just curious. I'm sorry.
He plays guitar and sings for him.
He's the trombonist.
Yeah. He changed his name to Phil. And so I mean, ska's. A lot of times the ska stuff is a little bit more punk rocky than I like. I don't really like ska core.
You just like it.
I mean, I like people who play it, and some of my friends do and stuff. But it's and cool that they do what they do, and some of them are really good at what they do. But it's just a little too noisy for me. For my delicate hearing.
Yeah, okay.
And so I've always been a little bit more into the traditional ska and two-tone rather than the harder,
the hip stuff,
the core, the hardcore, stuff is a little bit too much for me.
For those of you who don't know, ska is kind of like the dubstep of the 90s. It was really popular for a short period of time.
No, it was popular throughout the entire 90s.
Okay, so yeah, whatever he said.
Dubstep was popular for 2 years.
Yeah, I remember
and not only that, but there have been 3 waves of ska.
3 waves.
So so ska has been popular in and out of popularity for 50 years. So how about them apples, dubstep?
All right, whatever.
Yeah. Dubstep's making a comeback.
I read.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
I read a thing that said reggae actually came from ska.
Reggae did come from ska.
Reggae is like a slow version of ska.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Back in the olden days, like the early 1960s, there was a ska movement, or the ska was created. And the big guys who were doing it, there was a band called the Skatalites, and they were a bunch of jazz musicians who put together American bebop and rock and roll, and with Jamaican mento and buru beats, and excuse me. And so they started doing this new thing called ska, and it was all the rage. And young guys like Bob Marley, when he was like 18, he did ska. You can go out and buy Bob Marley ska records, and so that was the thing. And then once it got to like the late 60s, and they were influenced by Motown and such like that, it started to slow down a little bit. And then reggae kind of came out of, into rocksteady, and then reggae came out of rocksteady. And yeah.
How do you feel about artists that have done ska and then like changed because ska went out of style? Like, you're just
who are you thinking of? Who do you want me to talk about specifically? Because it seems like you have somebody in mind.
I had someone in mind before, because I know I can't remember exactly who, but like I've heard plenty stories of people who are popular now who haven't, who started off with ska. You know,
what's the name? What is the name of that girl that opened for you?
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani. You hear that, guys? This guy got opened up by Gwen Stefani. That's pretty cool.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, it does. It does.
No, she was in No Doubt, and they played ska, and they got really big.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't feel betrayed. I don't take away anything that anybody from that time got to do. It was good for them. Hooray! Good for her. It was fun, and I don't think I don't even know if I'm really jealous, actually, when I come to think of it. It's like maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But, I've kind of reconciled the whole thing, so I don't feel any animosity. And I didn't then either, because they were my friends, and it was just like, yeah, sweet for them, cool. I hope it happens to us too next. And it didn't.
Oh.
But, there was nobody who got it that I didn't feel didn't deserve it. And that's the thing. It's like and as far as I'm not playing ska, well, I play other things too. So
yeah, you play different types of music. So you play it. Oh
yeah.
So I think that's a good place to stop, because this is about 20-minute mark. We're getting there. Yeah.
Very, very exciting podcast.
I found it interesting sitting down and talking to you.
Yeah, cool. It's not very often we get to have old people on the show.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome, man.
It's not very often that I have youngsters that are actually interested in hearing what I have to say. Because I'm old and got one foot in the grave and just about ready to die.
It's all right.
There you go.
Maybe next time, if we can have you on again, we'll talk about how old you are.
We'll talk about exciting.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the super exciting podcast. Today we're going to be talking about old people.
And we got an old person right here.
Right.
So what's it like to have both of your hips be broken already?
There you go. That's a good one. Yeah, maybe I could tell more stories.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. It was really nice to talk to you for a while.
Yeah, thanks.
Great way to start off Drought&Proud episode 25. You don't watch the podcast, but we just did like a big old thing where we changed a lot of stuff on our channel. So yeah, you're the one that's first start of the new era of stuff. Yeah. That makes sense.
Cool. Yeah,
cool. So this is it. We're gonna leave.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Look at this duck, it's pretty cool. I wish that I could be this cool. stuck, it's